What valley is it? Yeah. I know there were 3. Okay.
How are you guys this evening? Hello? Anybody there?
Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you guys hear us?
Yes, we hear you.
All right, welcome to our July Parent Leaders meeting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 people in attendance here at Creative Arts Program in Needville. And here's who I have. I have voting. We need to go through this evening because we've got officer elections, so we need to go ahead and so right now from 4-H Youth Pork Producers, I have Carol Bishop. Wild West 4-H, I have Jill Davis. And from Needville 4-H, I have Patricia Kaminsky. What other clubs do we have online, and who are their voting members?
Nikki Holster from Journey 4-H.
Amy Crawford Fiallos, Journey 4-H.
Kim Hinojosa, Missouri City
Okay, hang on
4-H.
just a second.
Wait. I'm writing it down. So I have Amy Crawford for Journey. And who was next?
Man, Nikki.
Holster.
I got her.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't hear you.
Tress Davis.
Who was the other one?
I can't hear. Can you chat it in so I can see your name? I'm sorry. Okay. Megan, Horse Club, Megan. They're chatting it in, which is easier for me. I have 2 for the Horse Club, 2 for Journey.
Who's the other horse club?
Megan Matheson.
Who's the other one?
Jennifer Fulton, Rose Rich Vet Science. Don Brian, Horse Club. Oh, Brian, sorry.
Okay.
Nicole Church, Wild West. Kim Hinojosa from 4-H Missouri City Shooting Sports and Missouri City 4-H.
Okay.
Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Hey, it's Marcy Eldred from Wild West. I can't get my chat up right now.
Marcel, did y'all get that? Marcel?
Aldret,
Okay,
Wild West. I'll try to type it in. I'm just having issues.
okay. And then Robin Ray, you're with Meadville. April Morales, Missouri City 4-H.
I had Zoom on here.
Dana do we have Wild West? Druk, Wild West. Charles Haberle, shooting sports. I can't talk. Crystal Tyler, Missouri City. Am I going too fast?
Okay.
That's it so far. Is that everybody that's on the Zoom?
Okay, so we have Miss Davis is going to drop off Wild West. We need to get between Nicole Church, Dana Drew, and Miss Aldridge. One of y'all needs to vote out, step out of Wild West, and let me know who the 2 voting members will be.
Marcy Aldrich said she would step out.
Well, shooting sports is different than the Missouri City 4-H. There's 2 Missouri 4-H's and then 1 shooting. So Charles, you will be voting for the shooting sports. You'll be voting on the shooting sports. And then in Missouri City 4-H, it would be Kim Hinojosa and April Morales. That's how you will cast your votes when we get to that segment.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for being a part. So the first thing we're going to start off with is the pledge. So those that are here, stand up. Y'all can see Trish's face. He's got the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In support of the 4-H motto, to make the best better, I pledge my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, for my club, my community, my country, and my world. All right, thank you guys for being here. I'll let Miss Lindeman read our minutes from the last meeting. If she gets them.
No, I didn't give myself a copy. Okay,
And you guys, this should have been emailed to you. So hopefully everybody has it, but if not, it's pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, I sent it late, sorry.
If there's any questions, please chat it in.
We went over the financial reports. Jill Davis did. Extension report reported on the Fort Bend County Fair rules for reopening the Fort Bend County rules for reopening the buildings for the banquet, the county level building. D, 50 or less is available. Ooh, I cannot spell. Went over awards for the banquet and how many we needed for the STAR awards, county, district, and state. Went over all the Fort Bend County Fair updates. We discussed the volunteer appreciation dinner planning, for Schultz for the dinner and vegan option. Suggested the I didn't. Next parent meeting would be July 15th. Mine was that was it. There's a
Additions? Anything they would like to add?
She says, oh, someone says I'm not clear.
What's not clear?
Did y'all hear that?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay. Can I get someone to make a motion for approval of the minutes in a second? You can just chat in, approve, and second, and Ms. Lindeman will.
Got it. Thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, next item is treasurer's report. Ms. Davis, you want to come and take my spot here? You can read through it real quick. I'm going to move out of the way and let Ms. Davis talk.
All right, our balances as of July 15th, the CD that we have from the George Foundation, $30,000. One of the CDs that matures December of 2020 is $6,422.68. Another CD that matures December 15th, 2020 is $5,005.15. As of today, our online balance for our operating account is $34,158.49. Our county council checking account is $4,907.30. And our scholarship account is $9,975.75, which makes a total of all our bank accounts $90,469.37. And everything is itemized on the second page is our operating account, and the third page is the county council account. So, any questions?
Is there any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, if you could type them in.
No questions so far. Except someone said no questions.
Can somebody make a motion to accept?
No, we don't have to. So.
Okay, well, never mind.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Davis. All right, the next item of business is our county report from our extension office.
I'm in the meeting, Chris.
Break
You can
and try to
next
share this agenda. Hold on one second. All right, so the current update when it comes to the county office and programming is that there are limiting meetings to 10 people or less, following guidelines and protocol, and it has to be approved by the judge or local jurisdiction. As far as Damien updates, We had state fair validations as well as major show validations. So there were like 55 steers, 14 heifers, 2 market lambs for state fair, 1 market goat for state fair. And just to update, state fair was canceled for the district horse show. It took place June 15th through 17th. And we had participation from Nicole Brin, where she received reserve champion overall, 2nd in working. Hold on 1 second. Working cow horse, 3rd in stock horse pleasure, 2nd in stock horse trail, 2nd in reining, and 2nd in stock horsemanship. We had Taylor Hirsch. She was 9 in pole bending and 2nd in barrel racing. And then the winners for the Fort Bend 4-H fishing extravaganza, Ethan Bryan won the freshwater division, as well as Owen Kaminsky won the saltwater division. Damien is currently working on virtual programming efforts in equine and outdoor skills, as well as livestock. I have STEM week coming up next week, where I'll be going Facebook Live at 1 o'clock each day doing a science project. And then we have county council meeting tomorrow night. We'll be doing a virtual ice cream social. That's all I have for county report.
Chris.
Make sure you guys mute your mic.
All right. We will move on to the next part, which is new business. And the first thing on new business is our awards banquet. Currently, we have that scheduled for August 2nd. And I know there was some stuff that was sent out this week. However, in the June parent leaders meeting, we discussed that we as a group and as a team would make those decisions this evening. And I know there was some stuff that was sent out prematurely this week about a virtual banquet. And that is, just so we all are aware, that's not exactly where we're at right now. Because as a team and as a parent leader association, parent leaders such as you guys and yourself, we have not said that that's what's going to happen yet. And I had that discussion with the extension office this week. However, they would not send out an update for us, and that's an issue between me and the extension office. But just so that everybody is aware, we are going to discuss that this evening, and we will decide what we want to do. So with that being said, one of the things that, and numerous people, I think Megan, you were looking at some outdoor options, which now the county fairgrounds is closed now through July 31st. One thing that we also looked at a couple other venues, but one item we do have is the KC Hall here in Needville, which we normally have somewhere around 100 to 125 people attend that banquet. That hall holds 800, and we feel like we would probably have about 75. I've been in contact with the mayor of Needville, who would be the local jurisdiction of this area, and he would, barring anything from the governor this week, he would sign off on us having a 45-minute award ceremony with 75 to 100 people, to where basically the kids could come in, say their piece, the county council could come in and do a small, an introduction, and then basically go through the awards, and then basically everybody would then leave. We would have a picture area where people could go through there, take pictures on their cell phones, and then with a goal of being done within 45 minutes. So we can look at a virtual option. One of the things that, it's really how comfortable everyone feels. I kind of wanted to leave that open. Most people in this room here, we kind of talked about that earlier, and most people, everyone in this room was in favor of doing it at the KC Hall, knowing that things could change, but if we get the proper sign-offs from the mayor, and trying to move forward that way. That way, kids could get their prizes in person. They can take a quick picture at a backdrop, and then move forward. So I'll open it up for discussion. If anybody's got any comments.
We have one in person so far,
One.
like some lawyer in person, April Morales once in person too.
Yeah, if you could kind of chat in what if you're okay with in person or if you're more for the virtual.
In person.
We have 6 votes here in house for in person.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. It's 12.
We have.
Who are these people?
Who are the people?
Members.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's in the room.
Oh, we have
Well, we made that, Mr. Turner, we made that announcement at the beginning of the meeting, but I will go back through it.
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
We have Sharon Lindeman, Big Creek 4-H, Carol Bishop, 4-H Youth Pork Producers, Jill Davis, Wild West 4-H, Patricia Kaminsky, Needville 4-H, Chris Meyer, Big Creek 4-H, Robin Ray, Needville 4-H,
Tracy Gregory, Pork Producer.
and Tracy Gregory, 4-H Youth Pork Producers. Myself and Sharon Lindeman are also here.
Dana Drew made a motion to have the awards banquet at the KC Hall. I have one virtual.
So I just want to be
How
clear.
many?
I just
how
want to be
many-
clear.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm talking.
Go ahead.
I just want everyone to understand that the decision to have a virtual banquet was made by the agency and not by Fort Bend County Extension Office. And the parent leaders is associated with the agency, and the agency trumps the Parent Leaders Association. So whatever you're having, or whatever you decide to have, will not be associated with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. I just want that to be clear.
I think, and to your point with that, I think everybody here understands that. I know everybody in this room understands that. But I think that we're all, and so you're saying that Texas A&M AgriLife is the one who's saying that?
Yes, so we have guidelines that I sent out way before this meeting,
Right.
as far as what we were allowed as to having people gather. And then you have the governor, who also sent out an order. And then you have the county judge, as well as the commissioners, who also sent out an order similar to the ones of the agency, permitting eating gathering of 10 people or more.
Right. But it's also that order is up to the local jurisdiction, which would be.
So our office is located in Rosenberg, and that's Texas A&M AgriLife Extension local jurisdiction. Wherever the office is located, Rosenberg is not, it has the same jurisdiction as the county judge, the same rules and guidelines as the county judge, saying meetings of 10 people or more are prohibited.
Right, but Friends of Fort Bend County 4-H or an organization outside of it, we can give the awards to kids and not be affiliated with. It would be up to those people if they want to attend, and that's what we're proposing here, Angela. And that jurisdiction would then be within the city of Needville with the parent organization group outside of.
But you're not outside though. I just want you to understand. You're not outside. You're chartered by AgriLife to be a group.
Okay.
So you're not outside the jurisdiction. Like I said, I've said my piece. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I said my piece. It is what it is. You guys can go ahead and decide what you want to do, but there may be repercussions that may take place, but we having the meeting now. I've said my piece, I've said my part, and you can continue.
Okay. Well, and we can follow a preparedness plan, and we can submit all of that to you guys. And then it will be up to y'all whether y'all want to accept it or not. Then if you accept it, then as parents, we can go and try to figure out if there's something that we want to do on our own.
Someone, lawyer, I don't know the first name. If it's outdoors and folks are 6 foot apart, then per government advocates orders, gatherings is fine.
That's over at the end of July. If you're talking about August, banquet. Yeah, one of these fires are like 31st, and they have the pavilion, you can set it up all outside.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, there's ways to do it outside. I mean, I think that ordinance, like everyone here is saying, that ordinance ends at the end of July. You know, as far as being within the local jurisdiction, you know, and that there's other counties that are doing them indoors. So, all right. Well, I mean, here's the bottom line is if we do something like that, Angela, we will do it as a parent group outside of parent group. So, I mean, it would be not a parent leader function, but it would be, you know, it'd be something that we would give, and we understand you guys wouldn't be there, and we're okay with that. And at least the people in this room are okay with that. I don't know how everybody else feels, but it sounds like most people, I think we only had one vote for virtual.
So far, yes. Only
And
one.
we had another 7 or 8 people via Zoom. So the overwhelming majority is that they would like to have it in person.
Yes. And I have 2 people agree with what you just said.
Okay. So we will, Angela, we will fill out that paperwork and submit it to you, and then you guys can let us know, you know, what that is. I will get the information from the mayor of Rosenberg. And we'll put that all in that plan and we'll send it to you. And then you guys can tell us yes or no.
We have a question. Who pays for to put that banquet on and all the awards and everything?
Parent Leaders does. Okay. All right. Angela, one of the things that's been brought to my attention tonight was that one is by Ms. Kaminsky, one was by my wife, and one was by Ms. Lindeman, was that the first day that the email went out about the awards, and you filling out the deal, those 3 individuals filled it out that next day. And none of those 3 were there, were in the information you sent me today. So I guess my question is, you know, one of the things I think you pulled, I guess talk me through that process, because we asked for an email address. Do we send them back confirmation stating that you got that information?
No, so we have found out today through Ms. Sharon Lindeman actually that there is a glitch in the system. So I have Danielle sending out an email tonight with a list of kids that we do have and requesting if your kid's name is not on this particular list to go ahead and send me their award information to my email because the system is not acting correctly.
Okay, so moving forward, is there any way that we can send confirmations to people so that they understand, so that you have an idea if there's a glitch in the system?
So we're gonna stop using the website, the WordPress, because that's what the county website is used through, and we're just gonna create Google Forms through our Google account to make sure they are able to receive confirmation that we received their entries.
Okay. So for all you guys that are out there, I mean, just make sure they did send out a list this afternoon of people that they had received. So, I mean, the awards company is trying to get all this stuff put together before August 2nd. So, you know, we really need to try to get this stuff in as quickly as possible. So if your name is not on the list and you did something and your child should be receiving an award, if you can try to get that filled out, you know, tomorrow as soon as possible, so that we can get all that information and start getting it processed and start getting those awards made. And then, as Angela said, next year moving forward, we definitely need to move to something different so that parents get a confirmation back that they have received it, and that basically it didn't just go out into outer space when they submit it.
And I don't know, Angela, if you see that Megan Matheson is asking about the list, was it sent via email?
Yeah, so Danielle actually just sent it out just now.
Yeah, it just went out probably 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
It went out, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, is there any more comments on awards? Any more questions? If you got them, if you'll type them, chat them in, or you can say them as well, and we'll try to answer them.
There's a few that didn't receive the email yet, but I guess we'll check at the end of the meeting to make sure they received the email.
Literally just text me and said that she sent it out. So give it time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so she's saying she just sent it out. So if you did, if you feel like you should have gotten one, and you don't get that email, the best thing to do is to email the office tomorrow, and then just double check that they have your information.
And if you haven't sent it, or you want to just double check to make sure I received it, go ahead and just send it to me now instead of waiting on the email for confirmation.
All right, and so just to clarify what we just talked about, the group decided that y'all are going to have something separate from the agency for the awards, correct?
We are going to submit paperwork for you guys' approval. If you decline that request, then we will look at other options. But we are going to submit paperwork to have something at the KC Hall in Needville, Texas on August 2nd.
Outside.
And that would be with an approval by the local official, which is the mayor of Needville.
It would be an outside gathering, right?
Yeah, we're going to submit it as an inside gathering in the KC Hall, and then Damien, you guys you decline it, then as parents, because there's an overwhelming majority here that would like to have it in person, as parents, then we would decide outside of parent leaders if we would hold something on our own, not affiliated with any organization.
And for just want a clarification on that. Thank you.
All right. All right. So the next two items on here are, I don't know, they're somewhat moot points. I don't know what the county fair is going to hold, but normally we at this point in time, we discuss 4-H recruitment at the county fair. You know, with there kind of being so many uncertainties, even if there is going to be a fair, I would say that, you know, we probably just need to table that. If the fair happens, then that would probably be something we just need to put together at the last minute. Anybody got any thoughts on that? Okay, with there being none, the next thing is we normally sponsor a buckle at the county fair. But I can tell you, I don't even think they sent out buckle sponsors yet. Yeah. Okay. Where did, has anybody here? I wonder where it went. Angela, did y'all get anything in the mail for parent leaders from the county fair on a buckle sponsor?
No.
We got ours for producers and we got ours for legal and ours for legal. And I got my personal.
Okay.
The big ones went out late.
So what's the buckle sponsor at 150?
It's 1:30.
130. So in years past, we've always donated a buckle to the county fair in the amount of $130. That's kind of just always been our donation to the fair. Is there anybody that'd like to make a motion to do that again this year? Ms. Kaminsky makes a motion to donate a buckle to the county fair as we've done in the past. Jill Davis seconds that motion.
Okay, we'll have Megan Matheson would do both you two,
Okay.
so, okay.
If there's anybody who declines, or, I mean, I'm gonna say all in favor, but if you are not in favor, if you would chat that in. If you are in favor, we'll just take it by your silence that you're in favor. And move on. All right, so it's so moved. We will make Ms. Davis, we'll try to get that, we'll get that paperwork to Ms. Davis and get a check over to him this week. All right, next thing is we have nominations for Hall of Fame. So every year we give a Hall of Fame award at our banquet. And they get a pretty nice plaque that we do for them. And it's basically for just years of service to the Fort Bend County Parent Leaders Association. So we have 3 nominations this year. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to vote on those. So remember who your voting members are. And I'm gonna kind of read through these since we don't have them. Oh, we give 2, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna give 2, there's 3 nominated. So we gotta vote on this one, and I'm gonna go through and talk about each one. The first one was submitted by Missouri City 4-H, and it would be for Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker is an awesome member of the community and our club. Very proud to have her support over the past 3 years. She has always come through when asked for over the years. She is eager to assist us with any community service projects. Most recently, Tracy purchased food for our club members to present to the Missouri City Police Department as part of our way to say thank you to helping our community. Tracy is proud to support the youth in any way she can. She's provided emotional support to help motivate members of our club and to step up and remind themselves of how awesome they can be. We're very happy to know that she is there to help support our 4-H kids. The State Farm Insurance Agent located was submitted by the Missouri City 4-H.
She's posting, she has it on the background now.
Okay.
If you don't want to read it, I'm assuming.
Well, I'll continue reading. It says over the last 3 years. Here it says 20 years. Angela, do you have the criteria on the Hall of Fame? I don't have it.
Danielle is sharing the screen right now. Of the applications.
Yeah, I'm sharing it so that way if anyone's online and they want to read it, because I'm having bad signal, so I know if I can't hear him, other people can't.
It's on the top of the application. Okay.
It's not.
All right, the next one is, if you could let us know what that year minimum is, there's a important asset to our club since we started over 2 years ago.
I can read the screen, they said.
Okay.
So can you read, can y'all read the screen?
What does it say?
I can see the screen. Okay. Thanks. Yes, we can read. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
The award and recognition committee will be responsible for reviewing applications and selecting 2 finalists. Selection of the recipient must be by the 4-H, 4-H adult leaders, parents, and friends during the meeting immediately prior.
First 2, is there a third? Okay.
And the award must be presented to the recipient at the meeting.
So then there's 2, and then the third one is Meadville Youth Fair Corporation.
Can't be a current leader.
Let me go back. Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame award may be presented to an individual, business, company, or organization. The parentheses is not a present 4-H leader or 4-H parent that has contributed to the success of the county 4-H.
Okay. I don't know if he is that, but yeah.
So
Angela, the question here is that within that, can you hear me? Angela and Damien?
I can hear you.
So the question here is that within where it says that it can't be a parent, can't be a current parent or leader. So, and I'm not trying to get specific here or do any, but I don't, Ms. Walker, I believe you are a leader and a parent, correct? Is she on here? Is there anybody from Missouri 4-H, City 4-H that could confirm that?
I don't think Miss Walker is I think I double checked. I'm pretty sure I double checked to make sure that she wasn't a parent or a leader in the program. I believe she's a associate or the owner of the state farm that supports the Missouri City Club in Missouri City, Texas. But someone from the club should verify, just so we clear.
Yeah, she's not a parent or a leader of Missouri City 4-H.
Okay, and the same thing with Daryl also?
Correct. He's not a parent or a leader of Missouri City 4-H.
Okay. All right. So with those 3, then we need to vote on 2. The last one was the Meadville Youth Fair. If you guys could look at that.
Yeah, they read it already.
If everybody's read it. So if the 2 voting delegates would just, and I'm going to pass out a paper here for the voting delegates here. But if the voting delegates that are on the Zoom call.
What you guys can do is when you're in the chat box, click where you see 2 to everyone, click my name and send your vote to me so it's a secret ballot.
Okay.
Yeah, well, can we click Sharon's name so that we've got them all here?
Yeah, she's the parent leader board, so it needs to go to Sharon.
Angela, can we click Sharon's name so that all the votes come here?
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and click Sharon's name.
Yeah, so if you would click and vote your name to Sharon so that we gather all votes. One deal.
Who gets to vote? Lawler, who are you with?
She's with Wild West. So no, we have Miss Lawler, we have Nicole Church and Dana Drake are the two for Wild West.
How do I do this? Tracy Walton. I need help. What do I have to have, like, who the
Oh, y'all write those down. We got a couple voting delegates too, right? You got them?
so far? Shoot. Is that all from everybody?
Remember, guys, you need to send your votes to Sharon.
No.
So is that everybody? Here.
Where's your
All right.
drop down thing? In the bottom right. On chat.
Okay.
Did you get one from Nicole?
Yes. Okay. Is that it?
All right, let us tally the votes up real quick.
So I don't say, do I say it? Or,
I'll say.
is this private? Like,
No.
No?
Oh, yeah, it is. Why don't we keep it private? Okay.
Okay.
All right, so all the votes are cast. We will let the nominating people know who those two individuals are, so they make sure that they are there. All right. Next item of business. Our next one is team leaders, correct? We still got the early leaders.
Do we do the,
Yeah. All right, so the next is intermediate. And mine's not. Okay. All right, so our next we're gonna do adult leader recognition application.
We do that. Usually the kids do it, don't they?
The kids vote on the.
Okay, hey, Angela, they're telling me that on the adult leaders, the kids need to vote on that tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. County Council will vote on it tomorrow night.
Okay. All right, the next one is team leaders. So we just have intermediate and seniors? Yeah. All right. So we have intermediate and senior team leader. Can we put those up as well? So you're going to vote on, there's two categories. We have intermediate and seniors. So that's one of the things you got to look at on the application. On senior leaders, we have, is that Jamel Tyler?
Yes.
Okay. Then we also have Erica Hinojosa. Would also be a senior. We also have Macy Rubesh. And she's going to be further down on your. And those would be the three senior leader nominees. We picked two. So you can vote for two. Once we do the senior ones, then we will roll into the intermediate ones. Yeah, on this one, you need to send these to Angela because these remain secret from the parents. Angela, you're turned on to where you can receive them?
Yeah. So I just want to be clear that make sure you're voting for two. Someone's asking to share the names again. Can y'all share the names again, please, for the seniors?
Seniors were Erica Hinojosa, Jamal Tyler, and Macy Rubesh. Sorry, we got kicked out. We lost a hotspot.
All right, so those that voted for Hinch, can you go ahead and send me another name? And then those who submitted 3, can you go ahead and pick 2 for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give them to me and then I'll get back. We're done, you're fine.
Well, I guess.
So just let her know. So we had 3 for Erica.
Yeah, I don't know why it says that. Yes.
You said yours and yours, right? All right. We didn't count it. Angela, Sharon is.
If you're voting for Sean Hinch isn't up yet, so send me a vote between Macy, Jamal, and Erica.
Well, I just lost connection again.
We just lost connection.
I've got it.
We can hear y'all.
Okay, you can hear us now.
Did you get my, what I sent in?
Yes, ma'am.
Angel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Are we good? Can we move on to intermediates or do we need to?
I have a tie between 2 of them.
Well, we give 2, don't we?
We have 3.
We give
No, we give 2. So if they're tied, then those 2 would be the ones that got it.
No, but there's one that won, and then I have a tie between.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so who does the second vote? Did everybody hear Cassie vote?
I didn't.
You're not, you can't. All right, so who's the runoff between Angela?
It's gonna be between Macy and Jamal.
Okay. So the runoff is between Macy and Jamal. If you will please vote for one.
Okay.
All right, Angela, are we good now or? Angela, just let us know when we can move forward.
We're good.
Okay. All right, now intermediates.
She has me. Sean Hinch.
Sean Hinch. Jocelyn Gregory, or Jesslyn, I'm sorry. 4-H pork producers. And Sean Hinch was from Missouri City 4-H. And then we also have Arissa Crane, nominated by Fort Bend Fresno. And those are your three. Once again, you will send this vote to Angela, please.
Sharon, Don Bryan wants to know if you can let her back in because she got kicked out.
Okay.
I just let her back in.
Okay. Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.
All right. Sharon's tallying hers here.
Okay. Next.
No, next is also.
Has everyone submitted? If so, I have it.
All right, yeah, Angela, you got Sharon, so everything is submitted here.
Okay.
The last item of business is we have officer elections. So we have 3 positions open. We have a vice chair that was vacated earlier this year. We have secretary and the vice chair and the treasurer are up this year, and then the secretary is resigning. So we need a vote on those 3 positions. Last time we basically had one person run for each position that was nominated last time. For the vice chair position, that was Jill Davis. Treasurer position was Patricia Kaminsky.
Hey, can I not hear?
Can y'all hear me?
Can y'all hear?
I can hear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last secretary position, I have lost my notes from that had it was, I believe it was she was from Wide School 4-H. Angela, do you happen to remember her name? Or was it?
Miss Debbie
Well,
Hall.
it was, say that again?
Miss Debbie Hall.
Debbie Hall.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. At this floor, the nominations are, the floor is open for nominations. If there's anybody that would like to run for one of those positions. Debbie Holt. If there's anybody that would like to run for one of those positions or would like to nominate someone to run for one of those positions, they can do so at this time. And if you'll just chat it in, we'll take those nominations. If there's nobody that's going to nominate or that wants to do it, then we will, by acclamation, we will put these 3 individuals in place. All right, last time. Don't everybody jump at once. Okay, So on the acclamation vote, if you're against it, you just need to vote in, you need to type in no on those 3 nominations. If you are silent, then we will take that as a yes, and we will put those 3 individuals into office for the 2020-2021 Parent Leader Association year that would start September 1. Okay, nothing's coming in on the chat window, so by acclamation, your chair will be me, which I have 1 year left. The vice chair position, which will be held by Ms. Jill Davis, is 2 years. The treasurer position, which will be held by Ms. Patricia Kaminsky, is 2 years. And the secretary position is a 1 year term, so it will be up for election again next year, along with the chair position. So 2 of the 4 officers roll off, or their terms are up every year. All right. Old business. Angela, if you want to talk about record books a little bit.
Okay, we had 29 record books submitted on the county level. 21 of the record books advanced to district. Of the 21 that went to district, we had 15 that placed either first, second, or third. So we had 6 first place, 6 second place winners, 3 third place winners, and we had 2 books go to state.
I thought we had 3 go to state. No, we just had 2.
Just 2.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations to those kiddos. Great job. All right. Now we are down to other topics. Is there anybody who's got anything else that they wish to bring about before this parent leader meeting?
I do, I don't know if I need to get up or you want me to hear me from there.
Yeah, please, Miss Bishop is going to come up and she has a proposal.
Can y'all hear me?
Give a thumbs up if you
Can y'all
can hear.
Yes, they can hear.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, with everything going on right now with COVID-19 and all the social distancing and everything we have limiting us getting around and getting to meetings, and also in order to make our 4-H clubs in the county stronger, I make a motion that we disperse the money in parent leader accounts in the following way. The balance in the operating account and the 2 CDs that end in 7275 and 8836 be split up between the following clubs that have helped with fundraisers in the past 3 years. Between pork producers, Big Creek, Needville, and Wild West would each get 20%, and then the remaining 20% would be split evenly among outdoor sports, Journey, Missouri City, Cottonwood, Forest Judging, and the wide 4-H. The balance in the scholarship account will fund the 2 $1,000 scholarships and should be dispersed to the members' current 4-H club immediately to be paid out by them later this year. For next year's 21 to 22 scholarships, those funds will be dispersed to the members' current 4-H club to be paid out to them later this year or next year. The balance in the scholarship account will be used for Gold Star awards and also 4-H banquet expenses. The $30,000 CD from the George Foundation that ends in 4411 will be returned to the George Foundation. Does anyone have any questions?
Oh, hang on. All right, so there has been a motion made on the floor to disperse the funds amongst the clubs listed by Ms. Carol Bishop. Is there a second?
Dana.
Okay, so we actually, Dana beat you to
Vulcan
it. Dana from Wild West 4-H seconds the motion. All right, at this time, this motion is debatable, amendable, and is open for discussion.
Journey.
I just want to be clear. that you guys cannot disperse funds that don't belong to you. These are county extension, AgriLife extension funds.
How are they not parent leaders when we are the
Because
parent leaders?
parent leaders is a part of the agency. So anything the parent leader owns ultimately belongs to Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. It's in your bylaws where does funds go, with who they belong to, and the only person they can be dispersed to is the extension office or a county extension agent. You're talking about funding from years from different club members and clubs that have participated, and anyone that's in agreement with the parent leaders taking funds from years of programming to disperse among selected clubs that are in a particular area of the county is outrageous. But like I said,
Let me just stop you for a minute there, because this money that's in the
I'm not
account has
gonna
been,
go back and forth. I said what I said, so y'all can continue, but I just wanted to be noted that you cannot disperse funds that don't belong to you.
okay, but
You
this,
can also let somebody else speak.
right.
Once you've had your discussion. then
My
other
mic is muted. Go ahead.
Angela, I was in the middle of speaking. And that is part of the problem here, is that you have been overriding people this entire meeting. So you said your piece, like you said. Now let someone else say their piece.
Okay, please move forward, Ms. Bishop.
What I was going to say was these clubs that have helped, that I listed, have helped probably in the last, my son is 17 and I've been with this since he was 8. So I'm talking 9 years here of these same clubs helping. And we've gotten really low on money at parent leaders at some points, where most of this money is actually from the Progress Show and the Pecan fundraisers for the past 3 years. So I'm not sure where you're pulling up all these other clubs and your comment about a specific part of the county, because these clubs are all over the county. So.
Angela, can you tell me within our bylaws what part that you're stating where it says anything about funds?
I'm not going back and forth. So y'all continue y'all meeting. I said what I had to say.
No, I mean, Angela, it's a specific question because you made a specific point within our bylaws that it states that where it says what we can do with funds. And I've read through our bylaws, and there is, I mean, the only part where it says anything about funds is at the delusion of the organization, which the organization is still intact. And I'll read you that. It's Article 9, Section 1. Upon the delusion of the organization, all real property, including money, equipment, and land, shall become property of the 4-H County program, located in Fort Bend County Extension Office for the care and disposition. This last official duty of officers shall be to transfer the money or property turned over to the organizational records to the county extension agent. At this time, the motion was not made to get rid of parent leaders. It was to disperse funds, to put those funds due to the current aspect of the world, to put those funds into the hands of local 4-H clubs so that they could be readily available and used as they are. As we can tell, we have limitations with communicating. It's hard to meet as a large group like this. And what Ms. Bishop said was that those funds would be dispersed to each one of those clubs on that basis. Now, if someone's got a problem with that, I mean, then we can talk about it. But as far as parent leaders is still intact, we just elected officers for next year. So it's not dissolved. And the only thing that it says anything that I see within these bylaws states if the organization is dissolved. The organization is not dissolved.
Okay, so I have a question. So you're talking about 100% of your funds are going to be distributed evenly to all these clubs, or you're picking and choosing specific clubs you want to give certain amounts to?
The motion had percentages. If you listen to the motion, Damien, it had percentages of the balance.
Oh, I listened to the motion. I'm just trying to understand how.
Well, you just, I don't, then maybe I'm just trying to explain the motion to you. It was not even.
when there's multiple clubs in one county, how do you choose specific amounts which go to specific clubs? What's your criteria?
If you listen to her motion was based off of the last, a percentage based off of the last 3 years fundraising efforts and the percentage of fundraising efforts within those clubs, within this organization, and the funds would be on a percentage basis based off of that participation.
Okay, so you have documentation of a specific amounts that each club has made and raised as far as funds and things like that?
Yes.
Okay.
With what their members have, not what the club has, and that's been on a basis of pecan sales, popcorn sales, and a progress show as far as donations that were made from those clubs to those progress shows, as well as hours worked within individuals to those shows.
Okay, and you have documented hours of these people working?
If they signed in, yes.
Okay.
If they didn't sign in, no.
And so you're saying that Parent Leaders is dissolving all their money?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that we're dissolving. Don't use that word, Damien. That's not involved.
So distributing funds.
They were distributing. The motion stated distributing funds, not dissolving.
Okay. So Parent Leaders won't have a bank account?
No, that's not true. We'll have a bank account. There will be a minimal balance in it.
So,
is it possible that we can actually talk to some state council about this, and then write procedure to go about this? I mean, made a motion, but I mean, can you give us an opportunity to talk about this?
Damien, I mean, at this point in time, there's a motion and a second on the floor. I mean, we, as parent leader, I mean, unfortunately, as part of the Parent Leader Association, you don't get a vote in it. The parents that are on it. I mean, so we're going to vote on the motion.
Okay.
Now you can do what you see fit tomorrow, but as far as this evening, no. I mean, there's a motion and a second on the floor that needs to be voted on.
Damien, if you remember, it was a meeting we had, multiple meetings we have had, and you being present in them. AgriLife even said that Parent Leaders was not a needed organization. And so to have this much money sitting around is ridiculous, where during times right now when kids aren't able to show, things are getting shut down. Individual clubs can do more good with this money than having it sit in a bank account for the county that doesn't do anything. And Zimmerman and Ripley both said that this is possible.
Okay, well, I mean, I just want clarification on my end, so we want to make sure we're following the rules in the office. And so just give us an opportunity to talk to state and see what they say, and then we'll, understand, continue with your meeting.
Journey and Fresno both have said they've participated more than what the percentage.
Journey and Fresno are questioning the percentage.
I have Fresno helped with the pecan fundraiser in 2017.
We have that Fresno 4-H participated with the pecan fundraiser in 2017, not in 18, 19. And then they also had no members at the Progress Show.
And someone has said, then distribute to all clubs.
To all clubs evenly.
Some clubs don't have bank accounts, and some clubs, there's 35 clubs.
Yeah, there's 35 clubs, and I mean, some of those clubs don't have bank accounts. Some of those clubs, I mean, we don't even know who a lot of those clubs are. So I mean, the motion's on the floor, and it's got a second. So, I mean, basically, it's we've had discussion on it. So at this point in time, it goes to vote. If you're in disagreement with it, then you vote no. Remember, each club has 2 votes, and each club, the members we talked about. So what I need you to do is I need you, when you vote, please put in the chat box so that everybody can see it. I mean, we're going to make this a public forum vote. Put in the chat box what your what club you are, your name, or you don't have to put your name, but what club you are, and yes or no.
So do we have enough people to have a quorum as far as since there's 36 different clubs? Is there enough people on this call to make that?
Well, our quorum number is 8 individuals. It doesn't, our bylaws don't go off of 36 clubs. It doesn't go off the number of clubs. It just goes off the number of people in attendance at a meeting.
Someone is saying, why not include all fundraising like popcorn?
Popcorn was included. That now keep in mind the funds for county council are not a part of this. So county council, you know, that bank account is there. That county council money is not part of. So majority of the popcorn fundraisers have been county council held, and that money is county council's.
And I just want to be clear, just because your club doesn't have a bank account or have money, you still are able to get funding from parent leaders to provide support for your club. So let's just want to put that out there. So even if you don't have a bank account, you still should be getting some type of support from the parent leaders.
Well, I mean, Angela, I mean, there's what I would say to you guys. I mean, I think multiple parents have come and talked to you guys on multiple different occasions about multiple different things. There's been a lack of, and I mean, just really in the last 2 weeks, I mean, there's been lack of communication with you guys, continued lack of communication with you guys, and just basically, and I expressed it to you, you know, just really a non-disrespectful to us. And I don't, you know, I don't know. I mean, parent leaders is the organization is still intact. Okay. The point here is that we kind of feel, a lot of people feel in this county that, you know, the money's somewhat tied up. You know, the people that are on the call, they can vote no if they don't want the funds, if they feel like the funds shouldn't go. But the funds are, you know, there's a motion and a second as to this. So, I mean, we've discussed it. I mean, we discussed it to the point. I don't know what else there is to discuss. But I mean, at this time, I'd like to call a vote on this. I mean, obviously, you guys are going to take things in here. Y'all can go through the state tomorrow and do what you think you need to do. But as far as this evening, I mean, and the motion that's on the floor, we're going to vote on it. Okay. So if you guys will text, like I said, if you will chat your vote into the chat, all you need to do is put your club affiliation and whether you're voting yay or nay. And once again, I'll go over those who signed in at the first. Big Creek 4-H with Sharon Lindeman and Chris Meyer. 4-H Youth Pork Producers is Carol Bishop and Tracy, oh no, I'm sorry, not Tracy Gregory. Yes, and Tracy Gregory.
Someone said, how many clubs will be remaining 20% be split?
How many? Say that one more time.
How many clubs will the remaining 20% be split?
How many clubs
It's
are
right
in
here.
the,
She has
it would be 6 clubs, the remaining 20%. Wild West 4-H is Dana Drake and Nicole Church. Rose Rich Vet Science is Jennifer Falkins. Horse is Megan Matheson and Don Bryan. Needville 4-H is Robin Ray and Trisha Kaminsky. Journey 4-H was Nikki Holster and Amy Fayalos. Missouri City 4-H was Kim Hinojosa and April Morales. And then Shooting Sports was Charles. And Charles, I did not get your last name.
Haberle. Haberle. I don't.
So it's Charles Haberle.
I don't know who the last Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G is. It doesn't say a name. It just says yes.
Whoever the last vote on the Galaxy, if you could put what club affiliation you're with.
Can y'all hear?
Can you hear us?
4-H Missouri City.
Okay, so it's 4-H Missouri City.
Roslyn Manors. Shooting sports. Oh, what is that? Oh, so is that a yes to 4-H Missouri City and shooting sports, or is that the same thing? Missouri City shooting sports? No, I'm asking.
4-H Missouri City Shooting Sports is a separate club.
Right. Shooting Sports was a separate club.
Oh, okay, so is that a yes to both of those?
That's a yes to the shooting sports from
Okay.
Missouri City 4-H Shooting Sports.
Okay, got it. Sorry. I have a Journey 4-H in a program.
Okay, so we have a no. We have 2 no's from Journey 4-H. On the Fresno, Fort Bend Fresno, we need to know the name of that individual because I didn't get who that person was. If you could type your name in the chat.
I don't think no one's particularly happy. This is. Marcia Crane, Fresno, no.
Okay. So we have Marcia Crane.
J.R. Folkens is a yes.
Where's
Don Bryan is a yes. She's vet science. J.R. Folkens or Jennifer
Folkens? Okay.
Don Bryan is a yes.
Okay. What about Wild West?
Wild West is Nicole Church and Dana Drake is a yes.
Okay.
Missouri City Shooting Sports is a yes.
Okay.
April Morales is a yes.
Missouri City 4-H. Okay.
Roslyn Manors is a yes. Youth Port Producers is a yes for both of them. Needville is a yes. One Big Creek, yes. Needville 4-H, yes.
Okay, so we had 1 sustained from Big Creek 4-H. We have 1, 2, 3 from 4-H Youth Pork Producers. We have 2 yeses. From Wild West 4-H, we have 2 yeses. Needville 4-H, we have 2 yeses. We have a no from Fort Bend Fresno, 2 no's from Journey 4-H, 2 yeses from the Horse Club. Rose Rich Vet Science, we have a yes. Missouri City 4-H, we have 2 yeses, and we have a yes from Shooting Sports, Missouri City Shooting Sports. So with that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 yays to 3 nays. The motion carries and is passed. So at this point in time, we will look at moving those funds. We have to pay the few bills we still have to pay, but all of those numbers will come out, and we will send out via email what those balances are off of the motion that Ms. Bishop brought to the grounds. So is there any further business, any further comments? All right. With that being said, remember, stay safe. We hope you guys have an enjoyable evening. We'll be in touch as to what the county decides once we fill out all the proper paperwork for the August 2nd banquet and what format that will be held in. We will, I'm sure the county office will be sending that information out here in the coming weeks. So have fun. Hope you guys enjoy your summer, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at the banquet on August 2nd. Meeting adjourned.